From that, I get with my team and I move ahead with courseware development. And normally the way I like to do project management, especially distance education project management, where you have to develop different modules, it's always good to go ahead and do the prototype module. And what I do is I normally develop one prototype module, present that back to my point of contact, ask him to take that back to the approving committee and say, is this what you want? Is this the way that it should look, should feel, should smell? Are these the things that you expected that you were going to get in return? And of course from that they're going to let me know that we can make changes. What I don't want to do, which happened 9 years ago, is I worked for 3 months, went back to the point of contact, he took it to his committee, and we ended up redoing over half of the project. Well, that was kind of a tough learning experience. You know, Will Rogers says good judgment comes from experience, and a lot of that comes from bad judgment. So I'm trying to weed out that bad judgment in doing that. I'm going to move right along into evaluation standards just for time's sake. One thing that we're really tough on here in my team is evaluation. We use a systems approach to training, instructional system design format. It's real popular in the military and a lot of other corporations that do Department of Defense work. And basically it's that we write our critical task lists or objectives. We write all the conditions that it's going to have to operate in, when, what, where, things of that nature. And then we write our standards or our measurable standards that we can measure with that. And of course these standards have to be valid. We found out that if we can get our points of contact and if we can get our approving committee to approve the critical task list, then development of the courseware and the modules for the distance education is a lot easier. Of course we've been guiding them all the way and making sure that we have the right interactivity, we're using the right multimedia, we've got the right blend for them, make sure that we're educating them on the terms. If anything else will mess you up in a distance education product, it's the misunderstanding of the term. And a lot of people don't know what the term means. You'll hear the term, oh, I want to do blended education, blended learning. Well, that really doesn't mean anything to me until you tell me what kind of blend it is. Then of course validity. Is it a valid statement? And of course I like to use Smith and Reagan in validity, which simply states it actually assesses or measures what it claims to assess or measure. And that's what we have to strive for. We have to ensure that if we're going to develop the project and the plan for them, that it actually measures that. Evaluation, our baseline, were the objectives met? Do I agree that they were met? Does the customer agree that it's met? Does the audience agree that the objectives were met? And then of course why or why not, and if not, is it correctable? And I say is it based on resources, time, money, and target audience. Sometimes it may not be immediately correctable, especially in the world of government contracting. It may not be correctable until next year, which is difficult. Real quick on contract management, and then I'll open up for some questions. These are things I've found out that can make or break a project, even in distance education, and we do a lot of that here. You have to select competent team members. Not the good old boy, not the so-and-so's worked with me. You have to match the skills and experience of the individuals to the project. You need to annotate everything. I have a project book that I keep all correspondence, emails, anything that we do is in that book. Not so much to cover myself, but if I'm out sick, on vacation, or gone, then any one of my team members can go to that book and find the answers they need to talk to our customers or talk to our students. You have to learn how to delegate tasks, and that's dangerous. You can delegate tasks to people that aren't ready, and that sets you up for failure. You need to learn about delegating tasks, and you need to learn the capabilities and experiences of your people. You need to keep everyone informed. and you can change that be ahead to stay ahead of schedule, stay under budget, and one of my first rules is protect the customer. I tell them that I am actually their staff, and it's my job, not only as a contractor and a project manager, but I will not do anything to jeopardize them, myself, my people, but above all, I have to protect them for what they want. And then I always give value added. I always give them something free. The thing I hate to hear worst is, yes, we can do that, but it's going to cost you another $5,000, or yes, we can do that, it's going to take another 3 months. If you can work it within the project, if you can work it within the time, the resources, the constraints, give them something. Show them you really do care. And that's about it for me in a nutshell for project management, and especially for distance education. Like I say, I've been doing this 9 years. This is probably my 6th project. This project, I'm on the 2nd year of a 5-year contract. Things are going well. In fact, our course, which is a video teleconferencing facilitator course, has just been nominated for one of the top 3 government awards in the Department of Defense. So we're all happy and know that we're doing the right thing based on the process I just talked about.